Give me a D and a G. It's the Dunga Show. It's the Dunga Show.
Welcome to the Dog and Gus Show.
Now on Be Kind Radio.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What's going on?
Well, we're going to talk to Myke from the Jailbirds tonight. Dwayne and Chrissy in Kingston are going to be very excited about this one.
Well, they'll be super excited that you said their names on air.
That too.
Yeah, no, I'm just kidding. They're wonderful people. And what's up, Myke? Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me. Yeah,
it's great to meet you. All right, well, let's start. Where'd the name come from? The Jailbirds.
Jailbirds. Funny story, actually. Our bass player Liam. We're at the time we were trying to come up with band names. This was ages ago, and we all had our respective notepads or whatever, and we'd have them on us trying to come up with some ideas. And apparently one night he had a dream that we were all like robbing a train from like the 1800s back, like a Western scenery thing. And we got caught, long story short, thrown in jail. And then the warden walks by and like talks to the guard. He's like, that's the Jailbirds over there. And he like woke up and was like, shit. And he wrote it down on this notepad there. And then we all really liked it. So
yeah, it's a cool name.
It is a good name. Yeah.
Also, it's got a decent story. So we thought, when people ask.
Exactly. And they do, because we just did.
It
Correct.
worked. Yeah.
Because we wanted to know, because we're inquiring minds.
Yes. Although we don't think alike.
So we got the name. Yeah. And it's it just worked really well with the music we were writing as well. So because we had like a band before it and stuff, and we were trying to come up with like a new name for like the more mixing of kind of classic rock thing that we do. You know what I mean? Like we kind of just have a bunch of different influences, and so it just seemed to fit that.
Well, that's kind of funny because it leads right into my next question, which is how would you describe your sound to somebody hearing you for the first time?
It's just rock and roll at heart, really. And it's like, it's a bit of hard rock. It's a bit of like 80s, 70s hard rock. And it's got some grunge elements as well and modern rock. A lot of people might say like similar to like Wolfmother or something like that, or Black Sabbath vibes as well. Sabbath like comes into it a lot because that's like, for all of us, like we all have our favorite bands and stuff, but like Sabbath and a few other bands are ones that we like all really align on. So I think that really kind of comes through when we write stuff together. But yeah, Sabbath for sure, Deep Purple, Guns N' Roses, Soundgarden.
I was just gonna say
Bridge, stuff like that. I'm a huge Alter Bridge fan. I don't think anybody else in the band really is a huge Alter Bridge fan like I am, but like Miles Kennedy is one of my favorite singers ever.
He's great. He's great. The stuff he did with Slash is amazing. Yeah.
That's how I was introduced to him, because Slash is my like favorite guitar player ever, and saw him live with Miles, and I was like, who the hell is this guy? What's going on here? I think it was in Belleville, like on his first tour with that solo stuff he was doing.
Right.
Still does, I guess. And love it. It's awesome.
Yeah. I was going to say I had Soundgarden vibes from their band, so it makes sense that that's why they're Soundgarden's kind of like that Black Sabbath meets the Beatles. Yeah. It's like the
totally
kinda,
mixed with like Zeppelin stuff. It's really cool. I love Soundgarden so much.
Yeah,
I watched the induction ceremony, inducted by Jim Carrey over the weekend.
We were just watching that a few minutes ago before you came on.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. I love that. That was awesome. They chose him to do it. I heard too.
Yes.
So that's pretty cool.
Well, it's funny because they got to reunite with Taylor Momsen from the Grunge, and like, I mean, she's in a pretty cool band too. So
yeah, it was all pretty interesting how it all tied together. And then of course you get emotional when his daughter sings "Fell on Black Days." Right? It's like a wild.
And when they were all talking, accepting the podiums or whatever at the podium there, like you could see it on all their faces, right? Just like there's probably just such a mixture of emotions at the same time. Yeah. Right, they're happy to be there, happy to be honored, but also like Chris isn't there, so I could totally understand that.
Yeah. What's been the highlight of the journey so far as a band, would you say?
Highlight, first thing that comes to mind actually is something that we like literally had like on our whiteboard, like when we started the band, was we opened for Monster Truck a couple times. on one of their last tours there, and that was definitely a moment where we all sort of kind of went like, okay, this is really cool. Like we can actually like kind of put a, it just feels more real or something. You know what I mean? When that kind of thing happens. And yeah, opening for a band like that was a huge influence on us as well, obviously. And yeah, huge fans. So something like that. Yeah, I would say that was a huge highlight for us.
For sure.
How did that come about? Like, do you guys like did Monster Truck go, hey, we heard of this band called the Jailbirds, we'd really love to have them tour with us, or did you guys like throw like your app? I don't know how that works. Like,
Yeah, no, we I actually for a long time I've known John, for the ex singer of Monster Truck now, and actually I play in a band with him. I have for a few years. This new band called Wild High, and before that I played in a band called Vicious Beast with him. He had come out to some Jailbird shows over the years, and just long story short, was putting like a side project thing together called Vicious Beast, which is like, that was like a really like grungy, like kind of Alice Cooper-y kind of thing, really, but like Alice Cooper if it was like grunge and stoner rock in there too. And it was really cool. And so he asked me to play guitar for that band, and it was super sick. And then started this other band. And anyway, but in between all of that timeline, they had those shows with Monster Truck, and it was just, I knew him, so that's how we got it. Yeah.
wow,
Sweet.
That's what they say, is like who you know sometimes,
yep,
sometimes you just gotta, have a friend in the band, I guess.
yeah,
Well,
But,
partly, I think partly, and then you guys are also super talented, which helps, right? So that's
yeah.
You can't.
I
You
mean,
have to back it up too, right?
Sorry, no, not yeah, but like it's a given. Like you have to be good at what you do too, right? Like,
Yeah.
that's kind of like, that has to be there. They're not just going to let some random inexperienced band, go on there. So yeah,
yeah. That would be an awkward conversation. Yeah, Mike, we're buds, but
you guys.
You want to start a band? Okay, you got to bring your little brother.
you bring your
You
little
would,
brother.
but it's kind of bad. So
Yeah, exactly. And you didn't have to apologize, but I appreciate it. It's just more like you think you got to be. It has to fit
No,
too. I like it all. Yeah.
I hope that didn't sound like me being like, oh yeah, look how talented we are.
Not at all.
But,
No. Don't ever think
Maybe a
that way.
little.
I mean,
Yeah.
we'll get there. We'll get there eventually. What does the songwriting process usually look like? Is it like a riff and then you go to?
It kind of changes actually a lot of the time for us. Like sometimes, like I'll come up with maybe an entire song at once, everything all at once, and I'm kind of like, oh, here's what everything should do. And sometimes it's just a riff, like you just said. Like I'll walk in, or a lot of the time, actually, what happens to us is we'll just be like, something will just sort of happen. Someone will play something, and we'll all be like, whoa, what was that? And then we just sort of jam it out. Like that's another way that we write some songs. It's kind of a mixed bag, honestly. It just sort of whatever happens, people come in with riffs or songs, or we write it together, or we also have like a crazy Google Drive folder filled with like phone recordings of riffs and stuff like that, and ideas and stuff. We'll like sing it. I've done it all the time. I'm sure, and the other guys do too, where you have an idea and you like sing it into your phone because you don't have a guitar around or something. So there's a bunch of those. And then sometimes those just get like stitched together too. So yeah, I think it's always music first though. That is the common thing. It's never really been lyrics first. It's always lyrics written to the song, or the music, I should say,
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you know when the song is done?
That's a good question, because I'm definitely guilty of waiting way too long, and like, it's not quite there yet. But recently trying to get better at trying to just finalize something and kind of move on from it, because you can get, especially like nowadays with like demos on your computer and stuff, like they can just sit there for years, and it's like it never feels done for some reason. So there's no real, I guess the best answer for me personally is like, I never feel like a song is like actually like done. I don't think about it like that really. I guess it's just sort of like we play it and it just feels right. I guess there's no like real thought about like, oh, I have to have these checked off or something like that. There's no checklist or anything like that. It's just sort of, it just happens. I try to let it happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's interesting. So what's the dynamic between you guys? Like, who's the calm one? Who's the wild one? Like, how's it work?
Yeah. I would say, oh, that's a good question. I like that one. We're all pretty calm, I would say. Like we're all very similar in that regard. Like we're sort of like maybe a bit introverted and just like we all get along in that way, and like a few bands and just like to chill out, and we're not really big partiers, I would say. None of us are really wild, I would say, but if I had to pick one guy, I would say our bass player Liam might be the wild card, which is great. You always need one of those in your band, right? But even that, it's not really that crazy. You know, it's pretty. We're pretty lame, honestly. Yeah, Ryan, our new
Maybe I think
player.
the words professional. You're professional.
Yeah, exactly. We're that's the way to put it. Our new guitar player Ryan, he's pretty energetic and outgoing as well. So he's definitely like he just like makes friends everywhere he goes, kind of like a golden retriever, like in the best way. And he just one time we played a gig last week actually. This is great. And there's this guy Owen who was running the bar, and I never met. Obviously, we just rolled in, never met any of the people working at the venue before, and I was just like kind of bringing some of my stuff in, and Ryan was talking to this guy Owen, and just by what they were like laughing about, and he was like showing him something on his phone or something, and I was like, do you like know each other from school or something like years ago? And he's like, no, I just met him just now. And I was like, dude, it's like you've known each other for years. And Ryan just does that. So I don't even know how he does that, but it's pretty great. So
Tell him how you do that.
It's I don't know, man. I'm not introverted, so
Yeah, he has no idea.
I don't have that filter. I just kind of go and I just meet people and chat and tell them about stuff, and they tell me about stuff, and I don't know. It's just maybe one of those. It's the way I connect is getting energy from others. I guess that would be the way I would explain it. You know?
Yeah, that's wild. Yeah,
Why are you looking at me?
Because you're introverted too. So.
Yes, I am.
I'm like
That's why it makes.
Like I love talking to people about stuff, especially like stuff like I'm interested in, I guess, you know, like guitar pedals or something stupid. Like I could talk about that for a whole day, but it also like drains me. I think that's the thing, you know what I mean? I don't know how to explain it other than that. It's like I love doing it, but I'm like exhausted after, you know.
Yeah.
So how does that work for the show? Because you play your show, and you guys, you know, you're pretty energetic up there on the stage. You're playing. You throw everything out, and then it's like guys like me coming up. Hey, man, you want to talk to me for about an hour after your show?
I'm lucky that the adrenaline lasts like several hours after the show. I even like, I have no problem like driving home and stuff too. I'm just like white knuckles, you know, just like, I don't know what it is. I just keep that adrenaline for like hours. So that is very, very lucky for me, honestly. Cause I love socializing, like I said, but especially like, you know, maybe you worked all day or something and then you're playing at night and you're just like, okay, I've been up for 12 hours and got home at 2 last night too. So it's just like my battery is just on empty, right?
Charge, yeah.
But something about playing the show and the excitement of it, just I don't even think about that stuff for like a good few hours after. So it's great. And I love talking to people after the show, actually. That's one of my favorite parts about playing the show. Cause like for me, leading up to the show and stuff in the set and everything is just not like full on anxiety or anything, but like I'm just like kind of thinking about it in my own head or whatever and trying to get in the zone. And then once the show's done, it's like, oh, I can relax now, you know, and yeah, I'll have a beer and chat for hours. It's great. So yeah.
Nice. Going on your pedal discussion that you're mentioning,
Yes.
How does Eddie Van Halen not have pedals and make that sound?
Well, I will tell you, actually, I watched the video where he explained all that. He did like, this is super nerd now because I love this stuff, but he actually like used, it's arguable that he did use pedals in a small way because there's like photos of like there's like a Boss EQ or something that he had in his signal chain. And there's like a photo of it with the output put up. And it's, you know, who knows if it was actually used, but like that's a boost in the front. So who knows, maybe that's a hot take, but according to Eddie, he just used the amp and starved it of voltage with a variac, and then turned all the knobs all the way up, and then it just sounds like that. And he had the right pickup to drive it, and he just also could play like that. So that was the main thing that I think people maybe overlook sometimes, is like he could just probably play through anything and sound like that. Because yeah, it's more, I really do believe it's more in your hands than anything else. You know, you kind of like, you just make the sounds, most of it with your hands. Yeah.
Reasonably good guitarist, eh?
He was okay.
All right. It was pretty decent.
As far as guitar players go, I guess he was all right.
Oh, he's top 5 for me. I don't know.
Oh,
I mean,
That classic smile too, like just
Loving his
always
time,
having
yeah.
the best time of all time playing guitar, which is like the best thing.
yeah, it's true.
Yeah, he's got that shit ass grin on his face, man.
Even when he's playing piano on Jump, you know, like he's just
Yeah,
he's just
totally.
he's smiling. He was also blasted on cocaine too.
That's
another
hey,
thing.
Yeah.
we're not
Oh,
no,
yeah.
let's not take away from Eddie and talk about the drugs.
No. Love Eddie. Love Eddie.
Okay.
Love Van Halen, man.
And his brother in the background is kind of going, okay, go Eddie, go.
Oh, it's like when they play those like Intruder or like the little interludes that he would do, and he just go
Yep.
off, and like you can hear his brother just sort of helping him have a little beat in the background, but Eddie he just knows like my brother's just gonna go off. That's who he is.
He's
right?
gonna do it for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, totally. The showman.
Absolutely. I mean, that's the job of the front man, the lead guitarist, right?
That's right.
Absolutely.
What's your favorite part about being in a band?
Favorite part, I think, is that's a good question. There's a lot of good parts about being in a band. I guess I'm kind of lucky that I get along with my band members. That doesn't always happen, from what I hear. So I think that's probably my favorite part, is that it's like actually really fun. Because if you're not having fun, then why are you kind of doing it? You know, it's supposed to be about the art and more than anything else. So, and that's really fun to do with a group of people who are on the same page as you, and just like, you know, you just jam some riffs, and it's really exciting, and someone comes up with something cool, and it's exciting, and you can have a fun time. So
Makes
that's my
sense.
favorite
It
part.
does make sense, yeah. And how long have you been doing this now?
Like Jailbird specifically,
Just in general.
I think like 10 years, so more than that, like probably like 15 years or so. I've been playing in bands in some capacity. I started really in high school, like I was lucky to have a guitar class in high school, and our teacher was amazing. And she like had us do projects where we would, I think maybe she made the groups or maybe we did, but we had groups where we would just like make bands in high school and do performances and stuff. And so that was really great. And I just always loved that. So
It's so important to have like a teacher or somebody that's older that pushes you in
Totally.
that direction, right? So great.
it's honestly like I don't think I definitely wouldn't be singing without Miss Denise, that high school teacher I just mentioned. She literally was the one to push me to do it in the first place. Like I was a guitar player. I just didn't have any interest in singing at all. And for some reason I found myself doing like some backup vocals in one of our groups I just mentioned. Like we were doing some songs. Might have been an Alter Bridge song actually, now I'm thinking about it. And we had some buddies who wanted to do that, and I was sang the backups, and she was like, you gotta sing, you gotta do more of that. And I was like, no. And she was the one that really gave me the confidence to do it and really pushed me to do it. And yeah,
That's
it's
cool.
I'm so lucky. I've had a few teachers like that in my life to give me that sort of direction. And yeah, I don't know what I would have done without that, honestly, because like it was so important for me.
Nice.
Yeah.
How important do you think it is to have a musical program in high school?
Oh, it's essential. It's for like literally like I don't know what I would have done without that stuff. Like that was also such an outlet for me in high school too. Like being, like I said, like sort of an introvert, that's like, you know, getting drained by the social situation of high school and stuff like that. Like I found that class was such a great like escape sometimes. You know, you go in and it's like, my job in this period is to play guitar. This is sick. So it was just awesome. And I think it has just, I mean, the science even proves it. Like it's so essential to like brain development and stuff. And it goes into math too. Like, you know, I kind of always thought about, I always happen to be decent at math as well. So I just saw the similarities between math and music and stuff. And it's all just numbers. And to me at least, and you know, it's just, yeah, I think it's essential. I don't know what I would have done otherwise. Probably would have skipped classes or something. I don't know, you know.
Yeah. Yes, you would have. Any memorable tour stories you can share?
Memorable tour stories? Yeah, for sure. We just did a big tour actually where we went to Alberta for the first time. We did like a weekend of shows, 3 gigs, like we did Calgary, Edmonton, and Red Deer. And we also did some recording out there. So yeah, some funny stories. I'm trying to think now. We did all that stuff, and we honestly, yeah, you know what? We're pretty well behaved lads, I would say, but we would just go out for drinks and stuff and get a little rowdy as much as we do on like the Saturday night, especially the final show night in, I think that was Red Deer, and it was a fun time. We played this place called the Vat, and that's a great story actually that I found out there. Was all the bands were playing pool in the back of the venue. There was like a bunch of pool tables, and so we were all just like drinking and playing pool and having a fun time. And the security guard actually was kind of strange. He, to our guitar player Ryan, he was like, he had like a glass of water or something, but any drinks you can't walk out with, right? So he's like, oh, okay, I'll leave it here with this security guard guy. And right, they made eye contact, and then the guy went like, he was like, oh, don't worry, I won't spike your drink. And Ryan was like, well, I didn't think you were until now.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
brought it
Yeah.
up.
That's a really creepy thing to say, buddy.
I'll get a fresh water.
Yeah.
You can keep this one. you
Yeah,
know.
exactly.
Just
Yeah.
pour that one in the sink.
Yeah. That's
It is
the
a
kind
weird
of
thing to
stuff.
say.
That's the height of our excitement on
Yeah,
tour.
that's craziness.
Fucking Red Deer, Alberta.
I've been there.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Used to live near there.
Oh, no way.
Yep.
It was a
Many years
gorgeous-
ago.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. But I lived in Alberta for 4 years. My dad was in the military. So we were on the
okay.
base, which was like 8 miles from Red Deer.
Oh,
So,
wow.
Yeah. So I used to go to Red Deer a lot. You're going to take you back to your teacher. Has she come to any of your shows? Has she come to see you play?
Actually, no, we've tried to find her. She retired from the school like shortly after we graduated, and she's not on any Facebook or Instagram. So and then the school won't give up that information. So we haven't had any contact with her, unfortunately.
That'd be cool
Sucks.
if you kind of find, yeah.
That'd be fun.
You might find each other. Maybe she's living the dream in Costa Rica or something like that.
Well, yeah, that's what I picture for her.
Yeah.
That's what I hope. Yeah.
Yeah. What's been your favorite venue or city to play in so far?
Oh, that's a good one. Favorite venue. There was one recently that I'm trying to remember now. I'm gonna say the first one that actually really comes to mind was this summer. We played this festival called Railway City Festival, I believe, in St. Thomas, and that was like a band shell festival. And actually, I'd never really played that type of stage before. So that was really cool, actually, because I've seen a lot of band shell performances, sort of thing. When I was like growing up, like one of my first concerts ever was in that sort of setting. So it like kind of just like for me, it's like a core memory or whatever. So that was really cool, actually, to play that like outside stage area and stuff. It was really, really awesome, and the crowd was great. It was a great venue and show, and the organizers awesome, and that was overall was an excellent experience. That one. Railway City Fest, I think it's called. Yeah.
Cool.
I like that.
Yeah. It's always fun to play the outside festivals, right?
Yeah. It's extra better when you're a guitar player because you get to turn your amp up more.
Yes. Turn it up to 11.
Because in the small venues, you can't have it that loud.
Yeah.
So when it's open air, no one really yells at you. So
Yeah, no, they're encouraging you to turn it up. We can't hear you.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, that actually happened. They were like, "Oh, turn it more." I was like, "Okay,
All right.
great.
All right.
Happy to oblige.
Happy
Yeah, I will."
13.
Yeah, yeah.
We're past 11 now. We can't go back.
That's right.
Yeah.
Keep it up.
That's it. Have you ever had a show where everything went wrong, but still turned out okay?
I've been pretty lucky, I think. I'm trying to think now. Nothing is real. Honestly, nothing comes to mind, at least, where something went colossally wrong. Honestly, like, stuff goes wrong, like all the time. But yeah, you know what? I'm gonna knock on wood here because I don't think I have a story for that one.
All
Which
right.
I'd
Fair.
like to maybe I'd like to keep my record clean on that one. But someone I will say, like, this just reminded me of like a really good piece of advice someone gave me when I was younger, is like, you want stuff to go wrong when you're kind of learning how to do it, and
Yeah.
playing some random dive bar. You'd prefer it to go wrong and like kind of get good at it, get decent at things going wrong and dealing with it. Because then, when you're doing that in front of 100 people or 1,000 people or 100,000 people, then, that's when it's like, oh, it looks like you're not even trying. You know what I mean? It's like, all this stuff went wrong. What do you mean? You got to get really decent at playing it off, I guess.
Yeah. Just roll in with it, I guess. That's a
Yeah.
good thing about live music too, is some
Yeah.
things aren't, it's not choreographed, right?
Totally.
How do you prepare for a live performance? Any pre-show rituals?
I just, for me, being the singer in the Jailbirds, I really try to talk as much as I can, honestly, which might be weird to hear because a lot of people do like vocal rests, and I used to be all about that stuff too. I just find, for me personally, if I'm just like talking during the day and stuff, just minimally at least, it just kind of helps me. And I just like, it just acts as a bit of a warm up. So that, and I just do my normal routine, which is, some coffee, maybe a tea or something like that. My vocal teacher, I used to take lessons a lot back a few years ago. I haven't taken lessons in a little bit, but I did for a long time, really, really hardcore. And yeah, he always told me, just do your normal routine. Don't like do something wildly different. You want your body to just kind of, because your body's your instrument. So you got to kind of just like give it what it's used to, if that makes sense, Yeah, I honestly, I have a little bit of a warm up thing where I might just do some breaths and like some, scales, boring stuff like that. But honestly, lately, like, I don't even find myself doing that. Just enough talking and doing the sound check and really just accepting. One of the hardest things to do for me is just accept that my voice is my voice. I'm trying to get better at that, and part of that for me is to just do it. You know what I mean? Because I think a lot of people, including me, for the longest time, was so worried about it. Like, oh my God, am I going to be able to sing tonight or something? Which is the stupidest thing ever, because that's just your voice. You know what I mean? Like, it's hard. It's kind of maybe hard to explain, but I just try to not think about it, if that makes sense. Yeah.
Let's talk a little bit about the show in Ottawa. Have you played with Double Experience before?
Yeah. Many, many years ago, we played a show with them for the first time in London, Ontario, and it was at it wasn't called The Office, which is no longer there, but it was on the same street. Damn, I'm forgetting the name of it now, but it's unfortunately long gone. And it was like this old punk bar that was super cool. And we were just on the same bill with them, and met them, and loved, like I said, loved their stuff, because it's like, we were just like, oh my God, this is super cool. And their merch table had like, it was set up like kind of like a Comic-Con booth or something.
Yes, yeah.
Really, it was just all the stops, you know what I mean? And we were just like, this is so sick. And so since then, we've just been in touch, and played a bunch with them since then. And we just actually did a tour, like I mentioned, about in October. We did a tour, and we had them on, I think, 3 shows with us, 3 or 4. And then they asked us to do this Brass Monkey show. in for their Level Up festival. So we were like, hell yeah, let's do it.
Nice. It's gonna be great.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, we haven't played Ottawa in like, I couldn't tell you how long actually. I couldn't tell you the last time we played Ottawa.
We're gonna
In a moment.
have you back because it's gonna be cold and snowy. Well, promise you that. You just robbed a bank, okay? And you are in the car and you're getting to the car and you're driving away. What song's playing?
Oh, very good question. Shit. Damn, that is such a great question. I love that. It's definitely going to be AC/DC. Let me tell you.
Nice.
It's going to be something like, Shoot to Thrill. That's what I would play.
There you go. That's a good.
That
That's a
intro.
solid. That's a solid getaway too.
I actually think that's my
You know?
favorite AC/DC song, and I have
Oh, it's so
I don't know. There's so many good ones, but I think that's my favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So many good riffs, so many great, amazing songs. But if I was trying to like accelerate, I think that would be the one.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like from the movie Iron Man too.
There
Like,
you go.
like
Yes.
he's flying in. It's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
it's solid.
I'm going back to an original one I answered the very first time that you asked this question.
Okay.
I'm going with Born to Be Wild, Steppenwolf.
Nice.
Oh, yes. Also would be excellent. Yeah. Yeah. 100%.
I don't know.
Highway Star maybe would be good too.
Oh, Highway Star is another great one.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, that'd be another good one. Yeah,
Yeah.
Maybe
yeah.
Iron Man, Black Sabbath.
Oh yeah, throw the Black Sabbath
Yeah.
in there for sure.
Yeah. Just throw on a classic rock.
Exactly.
Just a great, like fucking heavy giver.
Or
Yeah.
what's that one too? Rock Bottom would be sick. Is that UFO? I can't remember now.
Is that?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good tune as well. Yeah.
That riff, yeah, that'd be sick.
Rock Bottom's good.
Okay, so who do you think is pushing rock right now? Like, who's the go-to for rock right now?
Like a modern band.
Yeah.
I would say for a long while now, for me, it's been Rival Sons.
Okay.
They're just fucking amazing. They're just like, I don't know if you're familiar with their stuff, but they just kick major ass, and we've seen them live a few times. We actually like played a festival with them like 10 years ago, like on the different stage, but we were at the same spot, so that was kind of neat. And they just always have I love how they have like a good mix of like old school and new school. I think that's like really cool. And I mean, they obviously have a very classic rock sound, but they just consistently can do it live like they do, and that's really respectable. And especially the way Jay sings, I'm like, how do you do that? It's crazy. Yeah, they're just always just super awesome for me. Yeah, I always think about them. Yeah.
What does success look like for the Jailbirds in the next few years?
Success for us honestly is writing songs that we really that we like, that we can feel proud of, and just can put our sort of stamp of approval on it or whatever. And that to us is success, and just being able to put that out there in the world in the way that we would like to. And if we could play shows and have people resonate with it to any capacity, that's really the payoff for us. And yeah, we've got a lot of new music coming out, so we're really excited to kind of start that whole process. Yeah.
Sweet.
Again,
Excellent new music. How do you stay authentic in this genre?
That's a very good question too. I try to just like write about authentic experiences. To me, like sometimes you get wrapped up in like what people might want to hear, but for me, I just try to ignore that, and just I find my best stuff that I'm most happy with is when it is just not thinking about that at all and just writing about an experience, or maybe just like how your current state of your life is, really, because songs for me really, like, they kind of, they're kind of like a photograph, I guess, and that's really like out there maybe, but it sort of captures you in a moment, you know what I mean? And it's like it's a moment in time and how you were feeling at that moment. And so like for songs for me, like if I think about like our first EP, like the song The Black River, for example, like that, I can picture myself right back at my desk in my parents' house when I was living there like 10 years ago or something. And I can just see myself in that moment, you know what I mean? And so that's one of the coolest things about music for me, is it's really, it's like a snapshot of a moment in time. Even like records that from other bands. Like if I listen to like, I don't know, first thing that comes to mind is Mastodon has an album called The Hunter. And whenever I like look at that album cover, whenever I hear any song off that record, it puts me back to that summer working at Coca-Cola in the warehouse where I worked in between college semesters. And anytime I hear any of those riffs or anything like that, it's just, that's where my brain goes. And so that's really the coolest thing. So yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing that what music can do that.
Yeah.
Like I listen to certain songs and I think of same kind of thing, right? Like I hear Sign of the Gypsy Queen and I go back to reading Lord of the Rings, because I used to listen to music and read books at the same time.
That makes sense.
Back when I was able to multitask, not anymore.
Well, I think that music transcends. I would imagine making your own art, it definitely brings you to where you were, but it also, music is interesting because, like you said, you can remember, like, even the Tragically Hip. Okay, so when I was 16 or 15, I was riding a bike and I had my Discman in, tells you how old I am, and I had just got Fully Completely, and I listened to it from front to back, and I just remember that bike ride, like, this is a fucking unbelievable album. This is like, every song is a banger. It's just so good. Yeah, it's such an interesting thing. I love music for that reason.
Yeah. It made such an impact on you, and your brain, it's like it's in there forever, like that's
right.
Incredible. Yeah.
Well, Myke said, look at this. He said, it's like a snapshot. And all I'm thinking is, look at this photograph.
Oh, Nickelback?
Yeah.
Hey, I have a question. Is Nickelback shitty?
No, they're great.
I know. I agree.
We agree too. Yeah.
I have zero shame in saying, I honestly don't even listen to them. I really, and I don't even know why, because they are great. Like they sell out stadiums and shit. Like there's got to be a lot of closet Nickelback lovers. You know what I mean? Like it's just weird to me that everybody seems to hate them, yet they sell the most albums and they sell the most tickets for rock bands. You know what I mean? It's crazy. Yeah. And like they've got some bangers. You know what I mean? Like Burn to the Ground or something like that.
Yeah.
And, I think people just hop on the train.
That's right.
Kind of cool to hate them.
There's no such thing as bad press. Good, bad doesn't matter. If they're talking about you, you're doing something.
Name me another Canadian band that has sold that many albums.
Exactly. Yeah, like maybe Rush more, but like
Rush.
I
think that would be it.
Yeah, they're like in the top 3 of.
Well, what about the Hip?
Well, the Hip sells, like they probably sold like 40 million albums to every Canadian that's there, but they're not like, they didn't get the Nickelback international stuff that they have, right?
Yeah.
So
it's true.
But it's I would say, I mean, it's two different things.
Is it now?
It is to me anyway.
Right.
What's something fans might not know about the band?
Oh, that's a good question. Something
we're hitting you with them, buddy.
Yeah, we're hitting you hard.
Hitting with the hard questions.
That's it.
Think too hard here. Okay. So this, I mean, this doesn't really get put on the front lines too often, but one thing is that we've been recording our new album, a lot of it at I built a home studio in my basement, actually, and so we've been doing a lot of recording there. which has been amazing. And really, it's really cool to be able to just we've never really done like the self-produce thing, and it's gotten some really awesome results, and we're all really happy with it. And everybody like in our circle, it's like it's definitely like growing, and which is really cool. And so yeah, I think that's something that should be mentioned just because it's kind of neat, and we just like to record a bunch of stuff, and it's exciting because we'll be able to record more stuff at a faster pace. So that's kind of the point of it. So yeah,
That's exciting.
And less of this being spent.
That's money. Well, they
Exactly.
invest in stuff.
Well, you invest in the equipment to do the recording stuff, but you're not. I'm not sure how much it costs to record a song these days, but I know it's not cheap.
Ain't cheap.
No,
it's not cheap.
Nope.
I mean, it's cheaper than it was like 30 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
but it's still not. It's not cheap for sure if you want a really good product.
Right.
But because you could record it for $100 or something, probably,
Mm.
but it probably won't. Probably sound like $100.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you could collaborate with anybody, dead or alive, who would it be?
Oh, damn. Shit, that's a really good one too. Because to just pick one is really tough, actually. So many people come to mind.
Throw 'em out there.
I'll just list a few then that come
Sure.
to mind. Like off the top, like Slash would probably be, if I could just like sit in a room with that guy and write a guitar riff or something, I could die happy. And then some more. Chris Cornell would be a big one because his songwriting, obviously, amongst other things, was just untouchable and just wow. So writing a song with him would be sick, or just to collaborate on fucking anything. Jerry Cantrell, incredible songwriter and guitar player and all that stuff, and his harmonies. I don't know if you've ever done a deep dive on like his backup vocals isolated on YouTube. It's super cool. You should totally spend some time on that if you haven't, because some of the stuff he sings is like insane. Like there's no pattern to it. It's just all over the place. It's great. So yeah, he's a huge influence on that kind of thing. I love vocal harmonies and stuff, which brings me to another band I love, Queen. Freddie Mercury would definitely be on that list for me too, because yeah, holy shit. Some of my most, I think Queen was probably the first band I was obsessed with when I was like 7 or 8 or something. So much so I would have my parents like skip back to play We Are the Champions like over and over again. And so much so that the CD broke eventually.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I do know what you mean. Yep.
Yeah. At least it was Queen, right?
Yeah, exactly. I had way worse stuff on there that my mom said the CD player's not.
Oh, she broke it.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
She's got tired of listening to
had the
that.
same CD player for 30 years.
That's what-
No, so have I. So
Yeah, it's nice. Who's the greatest frontman of all time? Then is it Freddie?
He's definitely in the top number, like no doubt about that. For me, it's him or Axel, or I would honestly, yeah, you know what? Between those two guys, really, David Lee Roth too is honestly one of them for me. Just in a whole other like world of like reinventing that kind of thing, right? And those three guys, I feel like would be a toss up for me. Those three, yeah.
yeah, well, the showmanship from Roth, right? Like it's just, he's just out there
Crazy.
just having a great time. Yeah,
He's
doing
kicks
he's doing
stuff,
kicks over his head, and it's like, what the
no one
hell?
did that.
He's
Yeah.
not doing those so much anymore, but
Still
no.
can.
I think he's had his hips replaced and all
yeah.
that. Like,
Well, he can treat himself. He was a paramedic for a while there, so
yeah.
Was he?
yeah, he was a paramedic in New York City when he wasn't doing any when he left Van Halen, and he was probably doing some solo stuff. But yeah, he was a paramedic.
Just a gigolo. And then I guess after that he was like just chilled out. He's got like a ranch now, doesn't he?
Yeah, something like that.
Lane Staley, maybe. I don't know. I'm pretty down with that guy.
Oh, yeah.
We could go on and on for we could go on and on for a long time with those.
May I ask another?
Yeah.
Do you mind
Yeah,
if I
you
jump?
go right ahead.
Also, being a grunge guy, and you've mentioned grunge.
Oh.
Who's the greatest grunge band
Ooh.
Oh, damn, that's a good question.
Because I know
need
my
to-
answer, but you can.
Well, yeah.
I need to throw Scott in the front men mix. That's all.
Yeah.
That's what.
Yes, yes.
Because holy shit, he was wow.
So awesome. I saw him. I saw him here in Ottawa by himself, like without STP.
Oh, really? Yeah.
And he was electrifying. Like he was in like this red suit with a red hat, and like he was unreal.
I like him already.
Yeah, he was rolling. Sorry, go ahead. Sorry about that, Mike.
Incredible. Like, and with all the revolver too, like just
yeah.
His presence was incredible, right? But yeah, best grunge band for me. Personally, my favorite is, I would say, Soundgarden. A close second is Chains for sure. Honestly, I was never really a big Nirvana fan. I love their music and stuff. I just, for some reason, it didn't hit me when I was like a teenager, I guess, so much as those other bands, because I was super into like really like heavy shredding and like guitar based music rather than like whereas I find Nirvana's songs are really based in its lyrics, which now I love and appreciate that, right? So but I was like for the weird shit on the guitar, like Megadeth or something like that, or and Soundgarden hit all those boxes. It had like the sick vocals, which was one thing on my list. Not that Kurt wasn't good, obviously I love his voice too, but like the wild like vibrato and all that kind of stuff, and like that Chris would do, and all the crazy guitar solos and shit. That was my favorite stuff. So I was really resonated with that. So yeah, I found Soundgarden just so versatile. You know what I mean? They just could do it all, and that's what I really liked about them. So
yeah,
cool.
Very nice.
Let's talk tattoos.
Yes.
When did you get your first one, and how old were you?
I was 18, and I had I got a Triforce tattoo on my forearm. I can show it to you right here, actually. Right there. It was black and white before, but when I got my sleeve done, we went back over it with some gold there. But yeah.
Nice.
I just wanted to ask something he couldn't talk about. So
no, I can't talk about that.
Nope. So you're telling us that before the show, you're telling us that the whole sleeve is dedicated to games and video games for the most part?
Forearm is all video games. Like I have Metroid stuff there, Samus and a Metroid and Ridley, and then the Zelda stuff there, and I have like some Pokemon stuff on my elbow. The first 3 starters basically, and actually my upper arm here is all Spider-Man stuff. So it's like, and I actually took a McFarlane. There's a gatefold section of one of the comics where it's like Venom versus Carnage versus Spider-Man or something. I don't know what the title is, but we took that gatefold and basically lifted it and
nice.
But I replaced Spider-Man with Symbiote Spider-Man because I think it's way cooler. So that's what we did. And we also have Green Goblin on my inner arm too. Yeah, super nerd sleeve. It's like super Bros.
One of my sleeves is dedicated to music. So
sweet.
It's all different album covers and stuff. So
my sleeves just keep me warm.
His sleeves are just black, and they keep his arms warm.
They keep my arms warm.
Yeah. Convenience. Yeah. I always wanted to do like the Rainbow Rising cover as a tattoo. That would be cool,
Yeah, it would be cool.
Big fists and stuff. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
I've always, it's funny, and it just kept passing me by. Like I just kept thinking, I'm going to get a tattoo, and then I just didn't get one.
He talks about it, and then he doesn't, and then he talks about it, and he doesn't.
And then now that I have twin daughters, and I'm like, my mom should write their names, and then I should get a tattoo, because then I'll always have my mom's writing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like whatever that'd
be great. Yep. Yeah. And then you'll break the seal, and you'll just be covered in.
That's what Dog says. Like he's like, it's an addiction. Like it's like
I don't know many people who have just one.
Exactly.
Well, it would be 2. It'd be writing.
Yes, but my younger brother has 2. Yeah. And my other brother is like me. He's covered.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah,
I think you get over like a fear or something, and you realize how easy it is.
Oh man, it's just.
I don't think it's fear. I just always felt like it really needed to mean something.
Well, it does, and it should. Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm not preaching to anybody. I mean, yours mean what they mean to you. Mine, it's music and whatever. On my other arm, it's all spiritual stuff. But
Also, if I may say, back in the day, like tattoo artists were good, but they're not like they are now. You know what I mean?
Oh my, there's some of them are got sick skills.
Like
now,
they're
man. Oh my
unbelievable.
God.
Like the stuff that they do now is like incredible.
Yeah.
Not to say that there aren't talented people that
Yeah.
were early in the game, but you know what I mean?
No, yeah, it's like I don't know if did the technology get better or something
Well,
too?
the machines, the tattoo machines got better.
Yeah,
Absolutely
yeah,
got better.
right? Like there must have been that too. And then yeah, like some of the stuff you see now is
Yeah.
ridiculous. Like it looks like a painting sometimes.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
It's
Do you
wild.
do you have a loyalty to one guy or one person? Sorry.
The first tattoo I got was I forget the guy's name. It was Talisman Tattoos in
Okay.
Mississauga, I think. I think it was there, or Oakville or something. I don't know if it's around anymore, but it was like a friend of a friend or something like that. Like I knew someone who that was his buddy.
Right.
And actually, it was my dad's friend who had like his entire spine tattooed over his spine, which was really neat. And then I think he did his rib cage too. But this was, anyway, I'd seen that on him and I was like, oh, maybe I'll go to that guy. So that's how I knew him. But then it was Rachel at Sideshow Tattoos in Georgetown, Ontario, that did everything else for me. And including going back over that one a bit with the yellow goldy stuff. But yeah, we just did just planned it all with her at once and stenciled it all out together. It took me like probably 10 years to finish it or something. It just like, it took my skin so long to heal the color. And then also money. And then like the pandemic happened and then like a whole bunch of stuff just would get in the way. And, it just took a long time, but I was in no rush either. So.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so we ask this question at the end of every show. It's basically we ask about 2 decades of music. Is it the 80s or is it the 90s as a decade of music for you?
Like which one I would prefer?
Yes.
Yeah. We know the answer basically, but you never know.
Yeah, I mean, I love the 80s for a lot of reasons, but I will go 90s because for a few reasons actually. One thing is like a big thing for me is like the mix and recording style and the production stuff. And I found that the 80s was like, it can be very dated. You know what I mean? There's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of amazing stuff. Don't get me wrong. I'm not like shitting on the 80s in general, but like there was a lot of like weird stuff. And I actually went to school for audio engineering at Fanshawe College in London. And so one of the things that we ended up talking about in one class was why the 80s sounded like it did. And so it's, just the turn of the century with the turn of the digital age or whatever, right? So there's all that stuff. And for me, it's just not really my bag, I guess, a lot of the time. But that being said, like, like there's some stuff like Peter Gabriel's So album. That's
great album.
If you asked me like what I would play, actually this was asked to me a few weeks ago. It's like, what would you play if you had like the perfect sound system? And I would play Sledgehammer every time. Like that would be
such a good song.
It's
and
the
such a good product. Yeah.
And it was what, 84 that came out. So, but I still have to say 90s because just across the board, I just love how specifically not just the grunge era, but like even like the late 90s, like new metal stuff, like all the like even like Korn and even like Limp Bizkit stuff. You can listen to that and just like really love the way it sounds, even though I might not love the songs or something, just something about the productions in the 90s that I just love. Yeah.
That's interesting. That's something we haven't really heard about. Like,
no, it's
the
more
production style.
Yeah, it's just more people talk about the music and the bands and stuff. They don't really talk about the process and how it's changed. I think a lot of the 80s stuff, it's because it's so like with the drum machines, right? And it's just like for a lot of artists, it's like kind of, you got a tick going on when they talk drum machines to drummers, right? They're like,
yeah.
So
I mean, it can sound stale and stuff, I find, and there's a lot of reverb sometimes, and everyone's trying like electronic things all of a sudden, but then on the other side of the coin, like ZZ Top's Eliminator,
great album,
was like 83, amazing album, incredible. Like and Guns N' Roses, like my favorite band.
Appetite, yeah.
87, like, you know, so I love that decade, but it's like, if I had to pick one, yeah, I'd say 90s, just because I love music from both, but
Yeah.
it's about the mixes and stuff for me a lot of the time. That's why I actually never really, I didn't fall in love with like Sabbath and Zeppelin and stuff like that until like I was in my 20s, because I was like, I guess, exposed to like more modern mixes when I was younger,
Mhm.
obviously being young at that time. And I just didn't really get the old stuff for a while. I didn't really understand, because I was like, oh, this one's like louder and just like different, you know what I mean? And so it just, and you perceive it as like better for some reason, right? When
Yeah.
it's like louder and like more compressed and stuff like that. But then you kind of mature, I guess, and then realize like, oh no, it's not just about that. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
I
And
was
don't know.
I
It's
was
not
late
about-
to I was late to the Zeppelin and all that stuff as well, because when I went to high school, that was the huge thing.
Yeah.
Was them and Deep Purple and Black Sabbath and stuff. And I was like, I liked them, but I wasn't.
You're into April Wine.
Well, that and just like the '80s stuff, like
April Wine,
just the Fix, Johnny Clegg and Savuk out of South Africa, like stuff like that.
Fela Kuti.
Fela Kuti.
I love Fela Kuti, by the way. So that's like
You like just like saying that.
I love the name, and I love that Afrikaans, like Afrobeat. So
and
what's
let me
next?
clarify too. I'd like to
sorry.
clarify that I don't think that Sabbath and Led Zeppelin sounds bad or anything.
No, you
Just
don't.
didn't- You know what I mean?
Well, I don't think we'd believe you if you said that. So, like, it's like,
Now I get it. You can just turn it up with the volume.
Exactly. You just turn it up louder and it's better.
there you go. Yeah,
Yeah.
Louder. There you go.
got
Problem
good
solved.
systems out there now. Everything's good.
Yeah.
What's next for you guys? So you're working on new music. You're doing a
Yeah.
little couple shows before Christmas, and then some big things. Any surprises at all coming up?
We're just we're trying to get all this stuff ready to go for next year, and we're starting to plan 2026 with a bunch of stuff. We do have a couple shows that we're going to announce pretty soon for the new year. But yeah, it's starting to shape up to be a decent year of releasing some new stuff and maybe go into some uncharted territory, perhaps. That's all I can really say, but yeah, it's going to be a fun year for sure.
Amazing.
Can anybody hear a couple of the new songs at the show in Ottawa?
Absolutely. We play, I think actually we play like 5 or 6 new songs. We try to actually do a lot of them because we just like to play them live and sort of show people what we're doing. You know what I mean?
Well, get a feel for get a reaction from people. Say, okay, well that one went well, and that one not so much.
Exactly. Yeah. Absolutely. So a crowd response and like the song evolving while you play it live too is like super important. I personally don't love recording a song until I've played it live, like at least a handful of times, because naturally you might even make a mistake that it was like, oh fuck, like that was better than what I had before, you know?
Right.
It's happened to me a few times where like, shit, I got to remember how I did that, you know? Yeah. But it's nice to put it through the test live, because it's a whole other environment. It's one thing to play in your jam space or to record it in a studio or something when it's really a comfortable setting, but it's a completely different game when it's in front of people or something, right?
Absolutely.
To the test. Yeah.
Nice, Mike. Well, thanks for your time, buddy. I appreciate it very much.
Of course. Yeah. Likewise. Thanks for having me on. Excellent questions. I love that. That was awesome.
Nice. Well, we appreciate that.
Yeah, buddy.
Okay, dude. Stay with us just a minute here.
Dog and Gus, Dog and Gus, Dog and Gus.